Friday of the month. And looking out that window this afternoon, we have partly cloudy skies with a current temperature of 47 degrees. Now, today we will have Ken Korn in our studios to talk about the Veterans History Museum of the Carolinas, their new hours, as well as a special ceremony coming up on December 7th. I can't go into it now. There's a lot there. So let's go ahead and, well, I want to read this press release from the Transylvania County Sheriff's Office. This is from Sheriff-elect Chuck Owenby regarding yesterday's events. Now, yesterday, the Transylvania County Communications 911 Center received a call stating there was an active shooter inside Brevard High School. Now, upon receiving this info, staff at Brevard High placed the school on lockdown as multiple law enforcement agencies responded to the school. Now, as soon as law enforcement officers arrived, they searched the school premises and located nothing, basically. No threats were located, and that is about the time that the sheriff's office began receiving reports of similar incidents happening around North Carolina as well as in other states. Now, law enforcement officers did complete a secondary sweep of the building to ensure there were no threats to students or staff. After those tasks were completed, it was clear it was a fictitious call. Most law enforcement officers were released at that time. However, several officers remained on site throughout the remainder of the school day to ensure the safety of the students and staff. Now, as previously stated, there were multiple fictitious calls made in several states reporting an active shooter at various schools, and those situations must be handled as legitimate threats until they ensure the safety of all students and teachers. All right, big shout out to our local law enforcement agencies. They did an excellent job yesterday. For now, let's go ahead and head into that Farmer's Almanac and learn more about this world we live in. And I'll return in a few with our community calendar.
The constellations of winter.
All right. Oh, hush this one up. Oh, technology is slow today. This is...
Yeah, but let's see here.
Here we go. Okay.
So
I need to be looking at Nelly Furtado. What? Okay, day and night. Chuck, Chase. Oh, Chuck.
That is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Learn more about astronomy online at almanac.com.
Lord have mercy. I flipped Chase and Chuck Owen really and emailed the wrong guy. That's great. So I do need to read my community calendar like usual. Let's get some music lined up. What should we play around your interview today?
Ooh, wow. Let's see.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one because it is the holidays. And
It is that.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need to go with anything military. We can always just go, oh, wait a minute. It's about World War I. Snoopy and the Red Baron.
I wonder if we have that.
Wouldn't that be good? Snoopy
We
and the
have
Red?
it!
Yeah, Snoopy. Because
Somebody
we're giving away these holiday cards.
Okay.
That have the story of the World War II ceasefire. So I think it was, I'm not sure, but during World War I, excuse me. During World War I, there was a ceasefire in no man's land one of the years where the German and the English troops put down their guns and had a little... So yeah,
they played soccer. They sang
Yes,
carols. They
exactly.
were like,
you know exactly what's
with
going
this
on.
world
That's
war.
right. They were true gentleman.
It's a great story.
It is a great story. Make sure I get the logo in there. Hey everybody, I'm here at the Q102, and we're going to have a nice little midday report with my buddy Terina Plyler. Terina Plyler over here. Golly, I can't even speak myself.
We got it. I'm going to read our community calendar and then get into the Snoopy versus Red Baron.
Oh, that sounds great.
Let's see. PSAs.
I got my notes
I have
all
a fun
highlighted.
name.
Yes.
We'll look up that French one here in a little bit.
There you go.
Or I'll call my mom. She speaks French.
Oh, there you go.
Little star with the elegance. Now, looking at today's community calendar, a quick reminder, there is a City Council Public Safety Committee meeting this afternoon at 3:30 in the City Hall Council chambers. On the agenda is the camping ordinance discussion, as well as a discussion regarding no parking on Mills Avenue. All right, so I've already mentioned we will be checking in with Ken Korn this afternoon. He's in to talk about the Veterans History Museum of the Carolinas, as well as their holiday hours and what they have to offer. We'll be speaking with him in a few. Now, looking ahead at other things happening out there, Transylvania Heritage Museum has Adam up and running. That's the Aluminum Christmas Tree and Ornament Museum. And this year's theme is 1970s, so think disco and Disney. Museums open Thursdays through Saturdays, noon till 4, up at 189 West Main. You can find them online at transylvaniaheritage.org. And meanwhile, at TC Arts, it's Holiday Magic on display. They are up at 349 South Caldwell and open Tuesdays through Fridays, 11 to 4, and on Saturdays from 1 to 4 with the Holiday Magic Marketplace. Learn more about that through tcarts.org. And the Transylvania Farmers Market has new winter hours this Saturday. They'll be open 10 till noon up at 200 East Main Street. And it's the 51st annual Downtown Brevard Christmas Parade in downtown Brevard this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Now, let's see. Light Up the Night will be following that parade downtown, brought to you by the Heart of Brevard. There will be a Christmas tree lighting, a singing of carols. Santa's bound to make an appearance as well. You can go to the Heart of Brevard's website to learn more about that, brevardnc.org. All right, so we'll go ahead and put a hold on it there for now, and let's give a listen to the Royal Guardsmen with Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
Ah, very nice.
We'll need a song to lead us out too. Any ideas? Because I got Tobacco Road right now, and that.
No, we don't want to leave. Well, let's see. So the last thing we're going to talk about is George's Legion.
Oh, there's that darn name. Okay, what do we got?
So it's at the very top of your press release.
Anne Laurie. Okay,
Yeah.
let's try Anne Laurie.
And Laurie. You got to give it Laurie.
Anne Laure.
And Lure.
And Lure.
Oh, and Lure.
Anne Laure. And now let's find
This is pretty.
Déjeuner.
This is how we get accurate information. Is that we actually look it up on Google and make sure that we're pronouncing things right.
Disjongeries.
What? Disjongeries.
Disjongeries.
That just doesn't sound
Disjongeries.
right. I'm going to find a different pronunciation.
Disjongeries.
Disjongeries.
Yes. Legion
This one said Déjeuner. See, this one's more like what I got. Déjeuner. That sounds more right because
Okay.
the S is supposed to be silent in France.
Okay.
Déjeuner.
Well, we'll make a big deal out of that. Just for fun.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what
we're laughing about it. So,
That's-
yeah, you get to see behind the scenes on how things
Déjeuner.
really work down here at the Q. All right.
we can always plug in Google and just have her play it. I've done that before.
Exactly.
Oh, the song to lead
Yes.
us out.
What's a good song?
We need
I don't know.
I got O Dio Mio, but that's Italian.
What do we got that's maybe French?
I don't think
Francais.
Francais. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques.
Yeah, oh no, we don't want to do that
let's
either.
see here. French pop songs.
Yeah, French
I'm
pop
at a
song.
loss.
I know, I am too. If you have to,
English
you can just
pop
pick something.
Songs by French artists.
French pop songs.
We're killing the Snoopy versus Red Baron here.
Yeah, that's great.
We might not go with French.
Okay,
We got Daft Punk.
there you go. That's
All right.
right, Daft Punk is French.
We're going into an instrumental afterwards. We're just going to do that. All right. And there we had the Snoopy versus the Red Baron by the Royal Guardsman. Now, I'm happy to have Ken Korn in the studio with me this afternoon. Hey, Ken.
Hey, what an appropriate song for this, our extra holiday hours that we're going to be talking about here today.
Yeah, this is great. Also, hear the phone ring in. We'll ignore it for now and let the answering machine get it.
That's all
No
right.
one in the back, so...
That's all right. It makes it, we're really busy around here. We got so many things we got to do and that sort of thing. Phones to answer, press releases to get out. Man, that's right.
Exactly.
A lot of things happening down here at the Q.
Now, Ken, remind folks what you do over at the Veterans History Museum.
All righty. Well, I am the vice president of the board, and I'm also one of the founders over there. We started up about 5 years ago.
Wow.
And we started out as basically three guys coming together with their collections of stuff.
Yeah.
That their wives were like, well, you get this stuff out of our basement. So we didn't want to just get rid of it, obviously,
Right.
Oh, why don't we share it with the public? So that's what we decided to do. And we put our collections together, and we've got things from World War I all the way up to the modern war on terrorism. And over the years, being up there next to the historic courthouse, stuff has come in. So we have built quite a repository of artifacts up there.
You sure have.
That are now part of the museum and owned by the museum here in Transylvania County. So, it's there's going to be some changes coming up in the next couple of years, and the courthouse is going to move and everything else, and that building that we're in right now is not going to be there any longer. So we got to start looking around and talking to folks about another place to go.
Wow. So you hear that, folks?
Absolutely, but we want to stay right here in downtown. That's for sure. So.
Yeah. So any place downtown, you folks know of
That's
a
right,
place,
yeah.
please let the Veterans History Museum know. And I guess
We'll
it's
set
gonna...
up a tent on the side of the road if we have to.
It'll be a challenge to get that Jeep back out of there, won't it?
No, we got it in just fine. So
Piece
what
by
she's
piece?
piece by piece. What she's talking about is we have a 1944 Willys Jeep inside the building, all set up and everything. But the Jeeps, they were made to go in a crate and be dropped out of an airplane over France. And each crate, each Jeep came with its own set of tools to be able to put it together.
Okay.
So the troops could put it together on the ground. All they had to do was break open the crate. All the tools were in there. You assemble the Jeep and off you go.
Okay.
So that's exactly what we did. We took we took what's called the tub, where you've got the seats and stuff. We took it off the top, and we had the chassis. We removed the motor. We put the chassis up on its side. It's only about 10 feet long and 5 feet wide. So we just flipped it up on its side with the axles and wheels already on it, and just rolled it right in the building and set it back down again, and then brought in the tub. So
well, the video's up there too on display, and it looks a lot more impressive than he describes here.
Well, when you got about, we had like at least 7 guys in there. So when we got 7 hands, even if all of us are, retired and all that kind of stuff, we still got it in there.
Got it. Now, so apparently you've got some new holiday hours.
Yes.
Let's talk about that a minute.
Absolutely. So, for the first time in our history, we have been able to stay open past Veterans Day. Usually we close down right out the weekend right after Veterans Day, which is the first weekend in November. And we go in and we clean up, and maybe we, do some new stuff. Like we were talking about the Jeep. Last year, when we closed in November. That's when we started building the Jeep display that's up there now.
Right.
So, but this year we've had a lot of volunteers, a lot of new guys that, and ladies, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that, but a lot of folks, a lot of new Pathfinders. That's our docents. We call our docents Pathfinders.
Mm-hmm.
And we are able to staff the museum 5 days a week now.
Nice.
And we're able to staff the museum into the holidays.
All right.
So we've decided to stay open all the way till December 31st this year instead of closing after Veterans Day. So we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., except for, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day will be closed, but we're going to be open all the way through December 31st. Now, part of that is that we're offering a free gift for those that come in right now. We have a free gift. It's a tree ornament, and basically what it is, it's a Christmas card that we've had printed up, and the Christmas card has the story of the World War II Christmas ceasefire in no man's land. When Germany and Allied troops put down their guns, they sang carols, they played soccer across no man's land, and they had a nice little Christmas get-together on Christmas Day during the war.
Yeah.
So our Christmas cards has this great story on the Christmas card, and we've, punched a little hole in it and put a little ribbon on it so you can either hang it on your tree, so you get one of those for free if you come in.
Yeah.
And we also have packages of 10 of those cards with envelopes on sale down there at the museum. They're about $10 per package, and it tells the story and tells the history. And they make great little gifts for, the history buff in your family, or even, just showing the kids, that even during times of, war like this, Christmas means something that's above our human problems. That's
Right.
that it's a time to lay down our problems, lay down our arms, come together no matter what our differences are. So it's a little educational as well, and that's part of our mission. So these Christmas cards, the $10, goes to support our museum's mission to honor our veterans, obviously, educate, and to preserve our proud military history, as with the ceasefire in World War I.
Nice.
So it's come on down. It's get your free gift and everything, and we do have something new that we showcased back in November. But our if you remember, we had the film down here at the Co-Ed Theater.
Yes.
So we produced that film, and the real reason why we made a film of that like that is because we have each gallery, World War I, World War II, Pacific, Korea, or whatever, has their own 6 to 7 minute film, which is, snippets of the larger film that we cut down and we put into each room.
Oh.
And it's just, it's an amazing film to see all together, but it also, the real reason why we put it together is because when you go on a tour, some days, we might not have as many volunteers as we do on other days.
Yeah.
And the film actually explains some of the artifacts that you see, and it has pictures of some of the artifacts, and it directs you to say, look to this artifact over here, or look to this artifact over here, and it gives a little story about that.
I'm going to have to come back.
Absolutely. There's always something new.
Yeah.
We talked about the Jeep for last year, and at the end of the year we have this new film. So, and that just started in November, so we're very excited. And it's called Through Their Eyes.
Yes.
Because in the film, at the end of each segment that gives a little history of, say, like World War I, we have pictures of local veterans, not just here in town, but across western North Carolina, that served during World War I, that served during World War II. So you might see somebody on that film that you actually know.
Yeah, I might. Actually, a lot of family. I've got a lot of family that served. So.
Well, there's a lot of veterans that retire to this area. So it's been a great pleasure working down there and working for the museum. I can't explain how much fun it is to go in and have guys come in and tell their stories about what they did and where they're from. So it is, it's an amazing place. It
and
really
it is free to visit as well.
Oh, absolutely. It is free to visit. You know, we do survive on donations.
Yes.
And we do survive on you buying those Christmas cards. And we also have one more gift idea.
Ooh.
You've been in, you've seen our honor wall. We've
Yes.
got a whole, like, almost the entire building down that one hallway is our little plaques that we have that honor each veteran, their service, and everything else. These little plaques, if you wanted to honor one of your family members or give them a surprise, you know, just having one of these plaques and, you know, being able to take your picture next to it, it's just amazing. And these plaques sell for about $100.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3 by 6 inches, and you can get anything on their name, where they served, you know, rank, you know, if they were in Guadalcanal or the Battle of the Bulge. And it also has their, you know, their logo, like for the Army, Navy, Marines, stamped on it as well.
Right.
And just, you know, what a great way to honor your family member and make them feel like they've been appreciated and what they've done is appreciated. And, it, you know, it's there for all eternity. As long as the museum is there, this honor wall is going to be there.
That was going to be my next question. So there you go.
Exactly. You know, that's one of the reasons why it's very important for us to be able to survive, is because we have all those people on that wall that we just, you know, want to make sure that everybody, you know, we have folks come in there all the time saying, hey, look, there's my granddaddy, or hey, there's my, you know, there's my dad, or, you know, people are all the time coming in and pointing to that honor wall. So that's a very, very important part. And if you haven't got your family member, especially if you're here in Transylvania County, if you haven't gotten your family member on that honor wall, you need to get them up there. That's for sure.
Apparently so. No, you were talking about honors, and there is a special event coming in where there's somebody receiving an honor.
Yes. So on December 7th, I think that's next Wednesday, December 7th, one of our volunteers, U.S. Navy D-Day veteran George Saros, will be given the French Légion d'Honneur Medal by the Council of the Consulate General of France. Boy, I can't. You know, this French really gets to me.
You got some French names here. It
Yeah,
looks
no. Yeah, you're going to have to help me out with this. That's for sure. So
I don't speak French. I can try. So it looks like the Consul General of France, Henri de Jonquière, will be presenting this medal.
Yes. So this is they're out of Atlanta, and she is going to be coming up from Atlanta to bestow this medal on Mr. Saros. So we had to apply for it and everything else, and the French government only gives out 5 of these every year.
Every year.
Every year they only give out 5. So this is a really, really big deal for Mr. Saros.
It sure is.
You know, Mr. Saros joined the Navy at age 18 in 1944, and he was a motor machinist on an LST. What LST is called a landing ship tank. I can't get the nomenclature or whatever of these
It's
military.
like French.
Yes, exactly. It's like French. It's all backwards. So anyway, these ships had these huge double doors on the front, and they would open up like this, and they would just, you know, ram them right up on the beach. They had a flat bottom, and they could go right up on the beach, and they could take tanks off. They could take trucks, ambulances, everything you can possibly, men that you can think of.
Right.
And he was on one of these ships during the D-Day invasion. And so I tell you that his story is amazing. The LST that he was on that began, I mean, we started like, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, just steaming towards, so they were in England, and they went across the English Channel.
Oh boy.
And so they started at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go out, and they wanted to liberate France from Germany. And his particular LST made 65 trips across the English Channel for the next couple of days. You have D-Day +1, D-Day +2. So they were going back and forth.
Yeah.
And, you know, just if you've ever seen any of the movies and that sort of thing about the D-Day invasion, just all those ships coming, it is an absolute amazing undertaking. And so he took, you know, they took tanks and trucks and engineers, all that over to fight the beaches, on the Normandy beaches. but they also had to take back the wounded as well. So he's got some amazing stories about and they even brought back some German prisoners at one time.
Oh boy.
So, and then later on in the week, they actually took, the soldiers that were going to be in the Battle of the Bulge. Obviously, they didn't know it yet, but they brought fresh troops in after Normandy, and these troops would be the ones that were involved in the Battle of the Bulge. So
there's quite a name there.
Yes, there's the Bulge. Basically, it was a counterattack from the Nazis.
Okay.
And we had a front line that we were going across France. We had a front line. And the Nazis concentrated their counterattack in one spot, which made that line bulge in. So that's why it's called the Battle of the Bulge. My grandfather was actually a part of that as well.
Wow, thanks for sharing.
So I know a little bit about the Battle of the Bulge. And it was in December. It was this time of year that the Battle of the Bulge happened. So a lot of history right there. And we're going to have George up there, and he's going to receive his what we call Légion d'honneur medal,
right.
And then you're going to be able to meet George after the ceremony. So we're gonna have him out there, and he's going to be meeting folks and everything. So if you want to come meet a genuine World War II veteran and a Legion of Honor medal winner, there you go. Come on out on December 7th. And it's going to be, what did I say?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay, yes. Yes, because hopefully it's going to be a lot warmer next year.
I do hope so, too. So
That's
the
for sure.
courthouse, December 7th, next Wednesday, 1 o'clock, out of the courthouse gazebo in front of the museum.
Yes.
Now, the museum will also be open, so folks can come over there, correct?
Oh, yeah. We'll be open, and we'll have those Christmas cards ready for you.
Awesome. That sounds perfect. Now, a lot happening over there, and you do have a website folks can visit as well?
That's right. It's www.theveteransmuseum.org. Theveteransmuseum.org. And it's a great website. Lots of nice pictures, stories. We also have a blog on there called Living Histories.
Nice.
And if you want to research a little bit about Mr. Soros before coming to see him get his medal, he has a full story on there on the Living Histories blog.
Perfect. And of course, you guys have a Facebook page as well.
We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got Twitter, and we have YouTube. Now we got
wow.
We got some great videos on YouTube, that's for sure. We do take a lot of our stuff that we have over there, especially like our firearms, they're not functioning in the museum, but they are functioning fire. I have to preface that, that they do not work. Well, we take the firing pins out of them in the museum, but they are working firearms because they're parts of different people's collections and that sort of thing. And we take them out and we shoot them and we have a good time with them.
Wow.
That's part of it. So there's some videos on there of the different firearms that we have, the history behind them, and you get to see them actually work.
Nice.
So, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so lots to do, folks. Head out to the Veterans History Museum of the Carolinas. And what are your new hours again?
All right, so we are open from Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I got tongue-tied there for a second.
All good. Well, Ken.
5 days a week.
Perfect. Well, Ken, thank you so much for coming in today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
And we look forward to hearing from you again sometime soon.
All righty. We always have something to talk about.
Sounds good to me. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you. There we go.
All right. We did find some acoustic joy.
There you go. Hey, that works. Any kind of Christmas song. There you go. All right. And I know, I'm like, whoo, I'm starting to get dry here.
So there's water out front. Help yourself. Thanks, guys.
Yes. See you next time.